another call for the community to actually build the website that would contain malicious websites or links to malicious website, and maybe even analysis of those websites, so people can go to the website and inform themselves about the way a certain website maybe was compromised, and then about the way it actually exploited its visitors. Okay, the next thing we need to do is we need actually more intelligent and clever ways to find malicious websites. Currently, it's just it's a little bit of guesswork, and it's a lot of googling, and it's not very effective really, because what we did is we googled for it. We used a website that contained typos like F-secure instead of F-secure, so a K instead of a C, for instance. And those things are actually very dumb and not very intelligent. So we have to find ways. Let's say an exploit is published on chaotic, let's say on Monday, and how long does it take for the exploit to spread around several websites and to exploit actually people? So if we could find a way to actually determine this time, the time difference, then this would be very helpful. Then obviously a 0 day is also very valuable if you would be able to find this. So far we did not succeed, but I mean, we just started this a couple of months ago, so maybe we will succeed someday. Then another problem we have is that because what we do is our software, or what our software does is basically, okay, you compare your system before you actually go to the website and afterwards. It's very simple. It's nothing special. It's a little bit, very little bit comparable to actually an IDS, a host-based IDS, although it's not very intelligent, as I said. So we need more intelligent ways to actually tell whether a website has exploited your system or not. So we need to determine, did it do any kind of memory based modifications of the system. For instance, if you think of rootkits that would on Linux, for instance, on Windows, it's pretty much the same. It could hook a system call, and we wouldn't be able to determine this because we simply don't look for those stuff. Okay, so we need to find a way to actually to analyze the memory of a running system. Obviously, there are forensic tools for this, but our tool is just an automated Perl script basically, and it's not capable of doing this stuff so far. But I mean, this is stuff which has to be done in the future, so we see where we're up to. Okay, then the next thing is, as Christian described, Microsoft has set up like a chain or a loop of honey clients basically. So the first system goes to one website, it is exploited. Okay, then the second system with a different software installation goes to that site as well, and they compare whether they both are exploited. So then you know, okay, let's say Windows XP with Service Pack 1 and this version of Internet Explorer is exploited. But maybe with this update it is not. So you can directly determine the software configuration a certain website is targeting, okay? So what we need to do the same. We need to set up a kind of coordinated and changed way of having honey client installations. Then obviously what we need to do as well, although this is actually quite easy, we need to obfuscate the use of VMware, because we use VMware because it's a good piece of software in my opinion, and it's pretty convenient. And as I said, some of the malicious websites, as we predicted last year, they actually try to determine am I being visited by a user that actually runs Internet Explorer or Windows in a VMware system. Okay, so whenever this happens, maybe, okay, so if you want to go to malicious websites, maybe or if you want to take a look at great porn, then maybe use VMware to surf, because you're not going to be exploited because the things are detecting you're using VMware and the malicious code is not run. Maybe this is a feasible way, although I don't think that 16 colors are that nice inside a VMware box, so you maybe want to have the full picture of whatever you look at. So we may need to do a lot of work there, and yeah, if you want to join us, our website is devtarget.org, as said. Okay, so yeah, we come to another implementation which is actually quite interesting. It has been done by a girl called Kathy Wang. She presented already her idea at presentations or conferences such as TorCon, for instance. And she has written a software which is actually quite similar. It's probably better, but never mind, as our software. It's honeyclient.org, and she's written a Perl script that basically, it includes a proxy, and it will be sitting in between your browser and the target web server, okay? So it will analyze all the data that is flowing between yourself and the target website, and it will store all the links and all the data and keep it there for later analysis. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward as well, and it's pretty intelligent. Well, it's simple, but it's also an intelligent way of doing this thing. Okay, so go back. Sorry, I forgot something, because I want to mention this because I'm also studying at TCU, at the Dublin City University, and by the way, if people are interested in graduating in IT security, they have a very, very interesting program which I'm currently undertaking, so if you're interested, you can contact me some stage. But never mind, the people that study at DCU, last year they wrote an extension to Honey Client, which will actually, what it does, it actually analyzes spam messages, and it extracts all the URLs from those spam messages and goes on and visits every single URL that has been included in those spam messages. And so what you can do with this is basically you can find the correlation between spam and malicious websites. Okay, so you can try to figure out what percentage of websites or people that actually produce spam are also malicious. I mean, they might be malicious in their own nature, but I mean malicious in the way that they actually target users. Okay. Okay, so we come to our case studies. We have two nice case studies, and the first one is actually a warning. Okay, this is about private investigation, so we want you to get yourself your own system, set it up in VMware, whatever you want to use. QEMU is nice as well. So basically, go to those websites mentioned here, but beware that you will be infected with spyware and all other sorts of malicious software. But I mean, this is about private investigation. This is a CCC Congress, so come get some and get infected, because I mean, that's what the fun is all about, okay? So the nice website here. Okay, this is not for you to see, okay? Okay, so a very nice website is actually cracks.am, and yeah, cracks.am is basically websites, you know, where you can get, oh, I have this Uber music tool and I want to use it now, so I need a crack now. Yeah, okay, so I go to astalavista.box.sk or whatever the thing is called, and I type in whatever tool I want to use, Half-Life 2 crack or whatever, and one site I'm going to find is cracks.am, for instance. And but beside those kind of nice pop-ups, you will also get some sorts of cracks and other tools.
So for another small surprise, maybe you can find the first failure in the picture, or the first interesting thing at the picture, except the two ladies.
Yeah, what's unusual about this picture, maybe? Black box sensor. Yeah. Okay, beside this black box and anything in between here and maybe here, and yeah, it's not fine sex partners in Frankfurt. Okay, so so okay, no, but it's maybe not that obvious. But the thing is, you can only see one task running, although the thing has opened up several pop-ups. So this is different to what a normal Windows system would usually do, because you would see, for every pop-up that you have, you would see a certain window running. So this is different from the normal Windows behavior. Okay. This is actually to avoid pop-up blocker. Yeah. So pop-up blocker are not going to work on this website, I think. Okay. So we go on, and this stuff is actually created by a very nice website. It's called yoursidebar.com, and well, they really help you to surf in a different way, because they infect you with malware. So they really want you to surf in a different way, well, malicious in a kind of. So if you take a look at their text, it's actually, well, you can read it yourself, but it's a joke basically, because what those guys do, they infect you with malware and other stuff, and they say, well, look, we can give you, as the user, the best way you can experience the web, because we have all the tools to give you powerful stuff, and well, basically they backdoor your system or install spyware. So it's not really a very nice way to do. Yeah.
Sorry, if you wouldn't understand what's happening, we had to cut a little bit of the detailed analysis. So therefore, if you find that some parts are missing, they are missing, but you will find them in the full uncutted version, what we will show you. So actually, what here happened, the site uses an exploit to install an adware, and this is the provider of the adware.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I almost forgot about it. We have the full presentation on the website because we really had to cut our parts because it just was way too long. So as Christian correctly said, you go on the website, and without you really noticing, you will be installed with a nice, shiny xxxtoolbar.com thing, okay? And the people that produce xxxtoolbar.com or the nice, shiny toolbar are actually those guys. So, and inside the software, they have several references to this website. And what they also have is they actually detect, is VMware running or is it not? So if VMware is running, then basically the malicious part of the software will not be executed. So this prevents people from actually analyzing the stuff inside VMware. So our approach, for instance, that we take, as Christian said, we have a non-persistent VMware image. We run the thing. We analyze it afterwards. And here on this website, it was the first website that actually prevented us from using this way because simply it is not malicious whenever you use VMware. Okay, it's very easy to circumvent their detection because you can simply deinstall the VMware tools and then the thing will work again. But I mean, there are more interesting ways, and we talked about them last year, how you can detect VMware. So I think the tools will get more intelligent, and then maybe analyzing the stuff in VMware is not possible anymore. We will see what happens next year. Okay, then there are actually some very nice registry calls that the thing makes, because what it does basically, there are several spyware companies around, and what this thing does is actually it tries to detect what other kind of malware or spyware you have installed on your system. And so it detects, for instance, let's say you're already infected with, let's say, Search Assistant. So it knows actually that the software is there and it can handle it automatically. So it might disable the other one and just in order to be the only one, okay? Okay, I think now we come to our summary. The thing is basically, cracks.am is just all about the money, basically. It's not really, well, it is malicious in the way that it installs spyware on your system. But then again, by using the toolbar, it's all about getting money for the people that actually run the website, okay? So it's not really about backdooring your system, or in our second example, we have an example of a botnet, for instance. It's not about malicious. It's not that malicious. It's just about the money. It uses a quite old Internet Explorer bug, and it's mostly targeting users that want to have a crack for a certain piece of software. So well, they want to be lead wannabe users, whatever they want to be, and they try to download stuff, and they actually get infected. So a kind of deserve what they get, I guess. So you should have like up-to-date browsers or software, and then you could prevent yourself from being attacked. Okay, so we come now to our second example.
Okay, our second example is actually molecularmultimedia.com. This is how the site looked like if on a sunny day. Nothing special. But on a not so sunny day, you might see that Windows help is opening. JavaScript errors. Something saying like you dropped something on the taskbar and want to close themselves. So what's the heck is going on here? So a variety of unusual things were happening. And when we analyzed the site with our tool, we found out that actually there is four new files were created, and of course some new registry entities. Actually, the tool outputs you see when we introduced our tool, that was this site, or part of the results for this site. Which was interesting that after looking at those 4 files, 3 of them were identical. And then, of course, you might start to think, why do you have 3 times the same file? And you might think that this is a shotgun approach. So the site probably has 3 different exploits and hopes that one of them can get to the user. Okay, so can you please open the code? We have